you don't want to lose Big John. I always thought he was one hell of a good worker. He took pride in the ability of putting in a very good day. But I could see where, if I were him, right now, I'd say, well, geez, these guys are gone in 2 years and I might be gone, and I've only got 7 years to retirement. And I've watched people in the real world that, I have a friend that was making $150,000 a year, and he was less than a year from being vested. They got rid of him. He was never the same. And you can't, that's not fair to a person.
No, it isn't, but I've thought a lot about it in the last few days, and to be quite honest with you, I guess that, in my opinion now, it's changed a little bit. Let's say, for instance, Big John did want it. Then I said, let's just say, for instance, that Big John did want it. Then that would be a risk he's willing to accept. Because you know what, there should, at the same time, as much as I kind of like the idea of like protecting somebody from somebody being unfair, at the same time, I also have to say that, you know what, I don't know who's coming in there. Maybe they're not unfair. And if Big John, let's say, wants to step up to that plate, then it should be a little bit, I guess what I'm trying to say is, it should be his intention to want to do the good, right thing, and to be the guy they want to keep. There should be some kind of responsibility on his shoulders too. I know an individual that stepped out of the workforce, took on a supervisory role, and it didn't work out. You know, you gotta be able to take the risk, and they should be able to hold your feet to the fire.
If you don't mind me asking, what's changed your opinion in the past couple of weeks that before you were gung-ho about having some type of protection for that position to now,
You want my
what,
answer?
Because, to be honest with you, because my opinion has changed on a lot of things, and that just happens to be one of them.
but can you say where your rationale is from that, so I can understand?
Because I was a supervisor at one time too for a long time, and you know what? Sometimes you took the risk. And that's the thing, you know what? You should strive to want to be there. I guess, you know, like for instance me. I left a job where I made $80,000, $90,000 a year, and now I'm much considerably lower than that now. But you know what? That's part of the job. You move from one title to another, that's what happens. It's the risk. But
Do you want my opinion on where my ideas changed? My ideas changed because of this. What you wanted, and I called them, and they're the ones that said, don't do it.
They're not going to tell you not to do anything.
They advised us against it.
I've been in contact with Marisa, and I can't understand that she would say, you shouldn't do that. If you have a
They
board of
strongly
four,
recommend against it.
yes,
you can do as you see fit that is appropriate. That's
without tying a future board.
the tying of a future board has, every decision we make impacts a future board. Whether it's hiring, whether it's appropriating funds, whatever the case may be.
When I spoke to her, she says an appointment is the mayor's right to appoint, just like you could appoint Jay and get rid of the old lawyer. You was able to appoint Gary and get rid of Frank. And civil service, if I'm not correct, told us all that they view appointment and hiring as the same thing for.
But don't misconstrue civil service with.
No, I'm not. But what I'm saying is that, you know what?
Two different.
No, but what I'm saying
meanings.
is, you know, for instance, the president, when he takes, you know, there's a new president and an old president. The new president does not have to accept the old president's cabinet. I guess it's the same thing. So
I just wanted to know where your difference of opinion is, but.
well, like I said, I've got every right to be. You know what I mean? To be all over the place.
Well, because we're all trying to agree on something and stay with it, but then next board meeting, you're gonna be totally opposite.
You want me to be completely honest? I'm gonna tell you right now, we don't wanna go there because that's what happened on Saturday when you weren't here.
Oh, okay.
Everything was all over the place, and a lot of things came out at that meeting, and a lot of things was said. And obviously, there's no record of that now that people can watch, but that changed me considerably. I'm not ready to have that blowout again tonight,
Not a 10:30 meeting.
but what I'm getting at is that changed a lot of things.
So,
and that's the
to
big
end
one.
all this and to be able to go home at a reasonable time, we're gonna end here. Oh no, because Rose still has one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead, Rose.
Is it
hold
youth
on.
council, Rose?
Yeah, you wanted
Okay,
to talk
yeah.
about youth council, and I need the
That has
youth
to be
council
done.
resolution.
Yeah.
so that we'll be able to pay our portion on time so that we can pay the people that will work for youth council. So I need that youth council resolution. You've got the request from Trading Post, and then I have a question for the board.
Okay, so the youth council resolution for 2015, it states whereas it is necessary to make application for the Cattaraugus County Youth Bureau, New York State Office of Children and Family Services, whereas it is necessary for the mayor to sign for the village of Cattaraugus, now therefore be it resolved, the village board of trustees does hereby authorize the mayor of the village of Cattaraugus to enter into agreements with the Cattaraugus County Youth Bureau, New York State Office of Children and Family Services to run youth programs for the 2015 program year ending December 31st, 2015. So this is giving me authorization to go ahead and sign this so that we can pay for the youth council.
All the participating municipalities make that same resolution applicable to their town, their supervisor, authorizing their supervisor, or.
I'll make the motion for the sign.
I'll
Second.
second.
Work?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous, carried and approved. Next, we received a letter from Ms. Elizabeth O'Neill stating, we at Saving Grace Outreach, which is the Trading Post, run a summer lunch program on Monday, Wednesday, Friday from July 6th through August 31st. We would possibly like to have a little recreation, such as kickball or frisbee, at the local young school near the bandstand on these days. We don't have a lot of kids, maybe 10 or so, and would have older ones leading the game to make it organized and fair for all. We were hoping you would grant us permission to hold these games there during the summer. Respectfully, then.
Do we even own that property?
My understanding is we own a small portion of that area that's the old elementary school. I told her my first concern, the first thing I always think of is liability insurance. What if a kid gets hurt?
Yeah, I don't like the idea myself.
If, God forbid, one of the kids gets into that old school.
It's not really a
That's
kickball
not
type of place.
It's
No,
kinda-
How's that work?
I
The
think,
school itself, I know who that belongs to, that's not
Right.
us, but the SCDO is very close to that. I think the portion that we might own is kind of on,
I believe it would be part of where the bandstand is my assumption. I
Yeah.
wasn't able to bring it up on
My
the county
vote is to
website, it was
decline,
down
I
when I went.
apologize.
did they reach out to the firemen's club maybe?
Well, the problem was they were trying to, because they work out of the Trading Post, they were looking for somewhere
Close.
close.
Or the school even, I don't know.
They were gonna talk to the Methodist church, I believe.
Yeah, well,
if-
the church,
if-
that's my first
If you
thought.
didn't, they just thought with the trees and that maybe the old elementary building park area would be, might be better suited because they wouldn't have all the trees, but,
Yeah, I don't even know.
What's your opinion on
Park, I mean, kids are gonna run wherever they wanna run, they can have accidents, but you've got the park out front, we own that, right? And I think that we own to the right of the school, so, but where does she wanna be, in the park out front?
yeah.
It's a public park, isn't
It's village property. I don't know that I've never seen just people hanging out.
If someone were to get hurt, would they be able to sue the village there?
If it's a park, I didn't even know it was a park.
They may be able to, yeah, I'm not certain. And if it's, there are
I've
certain
never seen
rules that apply
public
separately
use
to
of
public
it.
parks. And public parklands are designated that way, and it's very hard to undesignate them, so it may not be a designated
I
park.
don't think it is.
One or two times, well, lately it's been maximum of once a summer. They might do a concert at the bandstand there.
Yeah.
We turn on the electrical service, they have the concert, we turn off the electrical service, and basically nobody uses.
I mean, are we
Yeah,
able
yeah.
just to have them sign a waiver like what we're doing with the youth council and
You could, yeah. If
And
you're worried
they can
about
go ahead-
liability, you can have them
Yeah.
waive any potential
I mean,
liability.
if kids
You
wanna
assume the
play
risk of
there,
being there.
I would make the,
Then all the parents would have to sign, and it's kind of long drawn out.
if they wanna do it, then that's it. It
And then
removes
whoever's
liability.
running the kickball then has to say, can you play? Well, I don't have the signed paper from you. You have to trust whoever's running the kickball to make sure that that's going on.
I mean, it's a park, I mean, I don't know, I think that if we have it so that they sign like what we're doing with the youth program, then what the heck? And it's only 10 or however many kids, so if they really wanna go play kickball over there, then,
Okay.
I just don't know if it's a public use. My assumption is it's village property, that it's
right, so.
private property.
So, I make the motion that we allow the kids to go ahead and play kickball. Under that, they sign a waiver that the village will not be held liable if any of them were to get hurt.
I make a motion.
Well, I already made the motion, you second, I need a
Yeah.
second.
Okay, permission to allow,
Just specifically at the park in front of the school?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's simple.
I mean, this isn't rocket science here.
So-
I mean, this is,
Bo seconded.
okay, hold on.
I know.
Permission to allow trading post recreation at park area, village property, park area?
we're
Yes.
covered underneath the general obligations law. I mean, it's open to public. The public, I think if you ask the public, they'd say it's a park. You know?
Yeah, but if somebody gets hurt.
So, and then all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, it's you.
With, you said signed liability waivers?
Yes. Did you say aye as well?
Aye.
Okay.
So it
So
was all
it's
agreed?
unanimous, carried and approved. All right,
And I'm sorry, Bo, you made the second?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what else do you
I
have
have a
for us?
question, but you wanted to talk
Yes.
about youth council.
When we discussed at the last meeting, we'd already adjourned and you left, we didn't get you in time, but East Otto, we had talked about charging $100 per kid
Yeah,
per, a waiver.
yep, yep.
But we need to make a motion on that, if that's what we're gonna do, and vote on it. So that, right now, East Otto got a letter from Stacy saying that this is what, we presented pending board approval. So we need to vote on it to see if that's what we're gonna do for East Otto, if we're just gonna entirely not have it at all.
So we will charge them, what was that, $100?
Be $100, they need to sign a waiver of all liability to us, basically.
And that's the
We're
cover
not
transportation
responsible,
costs,
and they
right?
also
Yeah,
have to
you
provide their own transportation, it's realistically the best
Okay.
we can do.
What's this for?
The youth council?
East Otto dropped out of the youth
Yeah,
council this year, they didn't put it in their budget, and now the East Otto kids are out of the swim program. And the parents are just now finding out, to my knowledge, is what I'm hearing, so they don't even know. We're wanting to keep them in because it really affects our, like, when I talk to Stacy, our lifeguards, basically there is a possibility that without them in the program, we're gonna take a huge hit, it might affect the rest of the town. really.
I don't think we can jeopardize that. I mean, we need to get,
Well, that's what I'm saying, and the sad thing is there may not be any people from East Otto that even wanna do this. I mean, maybe they can't get the transportation, but it's something, and then they can go to East Otto and say,
Yeah,
look,
it's an option.
it's up to you now. This is the best that we can do for you, is to give you the option of paying yourself and still including you in it, but we can't just give it to you. It's not fair to the other, municipalities.
$100 a kid.
I did the math on it.
It's $100 a kid from like East Otto.
No,
That
it's
wanna
fair.
come out here
It's very fair.
and
Yeah.
partake in swimming lessons and do all of that. Since
Because
East
they're there
Otto,
this whole
the
day.
municipality is not funding it, they withdrew from it. So if a parent wants their kid to go, they gotta pay for the transportation, it's also gonna cost them $100 to partake of it.
It's $100 for the whole summer. Actually, what happens is they're actually gonna gain a day, because the last few years, it ran Monday through Thursday, and they alternated the kids. They went twice a week. Now what she's gonna do is, for the 6 weeks, they'll go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All the kids will go all 3 days, so they're getting 18 days. You pay $100, provide the transportation. It really boils down, I think it's $5.56.
was the response that they felt that was fair?
We haven't heard anything back yet, because they're waiting kind of on us to see what the board, I don't even know if
The
the
other
packet's
meeting-
gone out. I don't think the packet's gone out yet, has it?
I would hope so, cause school is,
Out.
It's out, I think it just went out last day of school, actually. So I don't know if she's heard anything back, I haven't talked to her in the last few days.
I did have
but-
someone ask for swim packets, and I told them that, as far as I knew, Stacy should be dropping them off any day.
Yeah,
The other municipalities are each contributing 2,700.
yeah.
So by East Otto not contributing, that cut our budget by 2,700.
Okay. No, I'm very much in favor of this program. Over 20 years ago, I led 36 people through training to be lifeguards so that we could save this program because the state was trying to put us out of business.
Yeah.
Okay? And this is a good program for the kids. It saves lives. It really does. So I'm in favor of it.
I'm hoping that by doing this, maybe it will encourage East Otto,
To
whether
do
it's the
something.
town themselves, the board, or the parents, getting on them to get them back in the program in the future.
Okay, so I'll make the motion then that we are, allowing the charge, kids from East Attleboro $100 for the youth council program, that they have their own direct transportation, and also that they sign the liability waiver that the village will not be sued under any circumstance, while they're at receiving swimming lessons. Does that pretty much cover all the bases?
I think so.
I sent one out in an email to Brooke,
I
and
second that.
it was the one that I proposed to the
Okay.
insurance lady. And I would like to see what they have in the packet, see if there's
Okay.
a difference between
I
them.
think she gave you one when she came the first month to talk to the.
The one that Hannah, the one that you sent to
She said
Hannah
she had it.
She
is,
didn't email
is
it to you?
sufficient.
Actually, she didn't email
I
I
believe it
thought,
is, but I don't know
thought
if
we gave
Stacy.
one to him at the meeting.
But I don't know that
Stacy.
Stacy has seen it, and she said there was one in the packet already.
It's just because you were sitting next to me.
Yeah,
Mr.
there is a waiver and.
There is some waiver apparently in the packet already. I haven't seen it. I don't know what it looks like.
Okay,
Yeah, Stacy said.
So if mine is sufficient, great, give it to Stacy.
yes,
If Stacy wants to use the one she's already been using, can I have a look at it and see if they're the same thing?
Cool.
yes.
I second that, by the way.
Okay.
And then all in favor say aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous, carried and approved.
Jen Rose said something.
Yes.
Thank you. I have a question. Okay, so 4th of July is normally one of my holidays.
Okay,
Denied.
Especially denied
All
with
right then.
authority.
That was-
I'm here for you, Rose.
Thank you. Normally, when it's on a weekend, you take either the Friday before or the Monday after.
yes.
It happens to be the first Saturday. I'm scheduled to work on the first Saturday. So is my holiday the 3-hour Saturday, or is
No.
it the 8-hour Friday? Do
You
I
have the whole
work on
weekend.
Friday? Do I work on Saturday? What do I do?
I would say that you have the whole weekend, and then back to business as usual on Monday. We'll observe July 4th on Friday, and then to compensate so that people can, for the one time a month, the first Saturday, I would say then would the 11th be okay to come in and work those 3 hours?
Okay?
Perfect.
So I would have Friday and Saturday off and work the following Saturday.
Right,
Okay.
Perfect solution. There's nobody gonna wanna come see you on that Saturday.
I
know.
don't think so, but you never know. I wanted to make
Maybe
sure
just
that I was
post it
doing what
that-
the board wanted.
That
feel that's
Saturday
fair?
will be the next Saturday.
That's,
It's fair with you?
I've been working a lot of
Everybody else
Saturdays.
feel okay?
I'm getting used to it.
So you want to come in that Saturday? Well, then, go ahead.
I
Just
wanna
remember,
get-
I was
wanna
there
get
for you,
3-day
Rose.
weekend.
I would,
because you said I was there for.
we
You don't
don't
need a
talk about
resolution for
Saturdays.
that, correct? That's just,
Okay.
It's between you and Rose. Do you think you need a resolution for that, Rose? Do you want a resolution to cover your butt? Yeah, do a
of course she
resolution,
does, of
please.
course she does.
Cover.
I make the, make a motion that, the village office will be closed on the 3rd and the 4th of July and remain, or come back into regular hours on the 6th, and will operate on the one Saturday a month for July will be the 11th.
Okay.
Can I have somebody second that?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous, carried and approved. Bo, second.
Both second.
I
Okay.
almost voted it down for the simple fact, I do believe 2 Saturdays ago, somebody promised cookies.
But not on a Saturday meeting.
But you said that there would be one at the
All
Monday
right.
meeting because you wasn't encouraging Saturdays.
I was not encouraging Saturdays.
Rose,
I owe you cookies.
everything, I mean, is, the only thing we're not gonna get to today is policies. We're not gonna get through A, B, or C. We discussed C, we discussed D. There's more to
So
go.
A, B, and E you didn't talk about.
A, B, and E, correct. So that'd be tabled. Also, yeah, I believe that's everything. I'll make the motion to adjourn at 10:41. Would anybody like to second
I'll
that?
second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Where did you say aye?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's unanimous, carried and approved. Let's go home.
I'm writing myself a note where cookies for the 13th. Oh,
When's our next board meeting?
What do you need?
when are we doing interviews?
I was gonna say we just approved the pooch.
August.
We didn't do, when are we doing interviews?
Oh, for Christ's sakes, I'll send an email out. Cause I'll get in contact with each of you, let me know what works for your schedule and also what works for the guys that are,
They're this week, right?
You're gonna be doing interviews 2 at a time, right?
either 2, if it's 3, if there's gonna be 3 of us, then.
You better pick it 72 hours in advance.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
I guess I thought it was gonna be the whole board, so that's why I thought I
If it
could
is
get
the whole
to
board,
What
right?
happens,
My paperwork and stuff.
what happens with that, because
I'll just
obviously,
copy that night.